It's the morning briefing. This is for Tuesday, the 31st of January. That means meteorological winter is two-thirds over. I'm James Spann. It's going to be an interesting forecast for Alabama today. We're going to see temperatures all over the board with a surface boundary sagging in here from the north. Icing issues just north and west of the state, and much of Alabama should see a good soaking in here Thursday and Thursday night. But the good news, the weekend at this point looks dry. So here we go. Let's talk about it. Very complex pattern this week. There's the upper air look, and it's a lot of things are going on here. First off, we've got this upper high that's over the Gulf. Sinking air, warm, dry. To the north, we have the polar jet stream delivering some really cold air over the northern states. And then we have an upper low that's near San Diego. Little waves of energy coming out of that thing are producing some nasty icing from Texas and to parts of Oklahoma, Arkansas, and Tennessee. And then the whole system lifts out later this week. So we'll check the radar early this morning. Doing this update live about 5:15. We have rain falling over parts of the Tennessee Valley, extreme North Alabama. And for much of the state, a decent chunk of the day will be dry, but there could be some scattered light rain, but obviously, for the moment, the better chance over the Tennessee Valley. So temperatures are going to be an interesting setup today. We've got mostly 50s for North Alabama, but that surface front is near the northwestern corner of the state. On the other side of that front, Memphis at 30, they're under an ice storm warning. Little Rock below freezing, but on the south and east side of that front, you've got 65 at Mobile, 60 at Montgomery. And the front will be sagging southward over the next 24 to 36 hours. Not just a big rush of cold air, but creeping in here, if you will. So here's our watch warning map this morning. First off, there's a dense fog advisory in effect for most of South Alabama and parts of East Alabama. Visibility is highly restricted. And then to the north and west, the counties in purple, those are winter weather advisories. And the darker purple there, that's that ice storm warning in effect. And the winter weather problems extend back into Texas and southeast Oklahoma, where winter storm warnings are in effect. The area is in pink. And interesting to note, those winter storm warnings in Texas go all the way down to the Rio Grande. That would include Dallas-Fort Worth, Waco, Abilene, Austin, San Antonio, and the Hill Country. And then winter weather advisories extend as far northeast as West Virginia. So again, you can see just north and west of Alabama some winter weather problems. This is the forecast ice accumulation, freezing rain potential, if you will. This is the vetted product from the National Weather Service forecast offices. And that's pretty nasty in Texas. You can see some spots out there getting a quarter, maybe up to a half inch of ice. And that's going to bring down power lines. So that's a very significant ice storm. And the amounts are very significant to the east, over parts of Arkansas and West Tennessee. And if you're in the shoals, it's going to be a really close call tonight and tomorrow morning. You're going to sit around 32, 33 with some rain falling. And the ground is warm, thankfully, and hopefully that will mitigate any meaningful impact issues. And for now, the Weather Service, they don't have any part of Alabama in any advisory. But if you're in the shoals, just kind of keep an eye on things tonight and tomorrow morning if you're driving. So no severe weather expected today, no severe weather expected tomorrow. We do note on Thursday, the Storm Prediction Center has introduced a marginal risk. That's a low-end level 1 out of level 5 risk of severe storms near the Gulf Coast, where a little surface-based instability could be creeping northward. So there could be a few storms there with gusty winds, an outside chance of a brief waterspout or tornado. But for most of the state on Thursday, just a cool, soaking rain falling. And speaking of rain, this is the rain for the next 7 days. For most of Alabama, amounts about 1 to 2 inches, under 1 inch near the Gulf Coast. And the bulk of that's going to be Thursday and Thursday night, as you'll see. So, model fans, here we go, the GFS. This is the 06C run, valid today at 4. Again, you know the setup. Upper high that's over the Gulf, Arctic jet stream to the north, upper low that's south of San Diego. And the cold air over Texas and Arkansas and Tennessee, very shallow, which means you're not going to get snow here. You're going to get freezing rain and sleet. And that's why we've got the winter storm warnings in effect there. And for Alabama today, it'd just be cloudy. The chance of a little scattered light rain, not much. And again, temperatures will just be all over the board, a huge range. If you're in the shoals, you might drop into the 30s today. If you're in Mobile, you'll be in the 70s today. So just a big spread. And really not much change tomorrow. Not that much rain, cloudy, and it will be colder. Now, if you're in Birmingham, you might hover in the low and mid 40s all day tomorrow. The same for Tuscaloosa and Anniston. Maybe 30s in the Tennessee Valley all day. It's going to be cold. And again, a close call for the Shoals up there, but for Alabama, just some scattered light rain on Wednesday. Thursday, wet, soaking rains likely Thursday afternoon and Thursday night. And again, there could be a strong storm near the immediate Gulf Coast, but for most of Alabama, just a lot of rain. Temperatures will be in the 50s in most spots. And then Friday, we clear up nicely. The sky becoming sunny. Should be a beautiful day. The high Friday in the 40s in North Alabama, 50s for the southern counties of the state. The weekend looks good. This is Saturday. We'll start the day below freezing over the northern counties of the state. High Saturday in the 50s and the 60s, and really the same thing on Sunday. That next shortwave comes in, but guidance is just suggesting the better chance of rain will be east of Alabama on Sunday. So for now, we'll call it partly sunny. There might be a shower near the Georgia state line. Highs mostly in the 60s. And then Monday, that feature is on by. Monday should be a sunny day with highs in the 60s for North Alabama, some 70s for the southern counties of the state. This is a week from today, Tuesday the 7th of February. Got the new trough back in the southwest. And again, we're still mild and dry. Let's go out 10 days. This is Thursday the 9th of February, troughing north and west of the state. Evidence a cold front comes in with a band of showers, probably not a severe weather look. And we note snow well to the north over parts of the western Great Lakes and the High Plains states. This is rain for Birmingham between now and the 15th of February. Rain amounts about 3 inches. That's the mean coming off the European ensemble, that green line on that chart. Now, as you look at this, understand your number is going to vary over the next couple of days because of this surface boundary settling in here in shallow, cold air. So for today, this thing has 58 national blend of models, and this is for Birmingham, and that's probably about right. But if you're in Muscle Shoals, you might drop into the 30s today. And if you're in Mobile, you might be in the 70s today. Probably will be. So a huge range. And again, kind of cool for the rest of the week. And then look at next week. Highs bumping up in the 60s. And again, this is for Birmingham, which means many days we could see low 70s down in Mobile and Dothan. Places like that next week. In fact, here's the latest 8 to 14-day guidance. This is for the 7th through the 13th of February. Troughing in the west, and that means below average temperatures there. Ridging in the east, above average temperatures, including Alabama. So peak this morning at the fog. This was the view from Auburn about 15 minutes ago. And again, the fog very thick in parts of east and south Alabama. So if you're driving early this morning, be aware of that. And speaking of fog, how about a foggy, creepy-looking sunset last night at Orange Beach? Kind of a cool shot with the low clouds and fog. And did you see this in the sky last night? It's interesting. Anytime we have one of these, people will send pictures. Ooh, I've never seen this before. They're actually pretty common. That's a 22-degree halo around the moon caused by those thin cirrus clouds. They're about 25,000 feet off the ground. Those are ice crystals. They refract the light, making that halo at a 22-degree radius, and pretty clear in the sky last night. This was across the central part of the state. About 8, 9 o'clock, we had some thin spots in the low clouds, enabling us to see that, which is always kind of cool. And you know the old saying, cirrus nearest, stratus coming at us. Those high cirrus clouds are typically in advance of a storm system, and typically rain is on the way. And that's the old, wives' tale with those things. And there's truth to that. Again, typically cirrus clouds are in advance of a storm system. All right, so that'll do it for the morning briefing. Have notes on the blog, alabamawx.com. Headed down to Marengo County today in Linden High School. That's the plan today. Be down there at 10 o'clock for a weather program. Let's see, tomorrow, Rainbow City got a homeschool group there. And then Thursday, I'll be up in the Huntsville area, be speaking at Madison Academy and then St. John's Catholic School. Then Friday, Galleria Woods Senior Adult Community, and then John Jones Elementary in Rainbow City. And then Saturday, I'll be at the Rocket City Weather Fest. It's going to be a great weather event. If you're a weather dweeb, if you like to watch these videos, you'll like this event. Weather's going to be beautiful. I'll be speaking at 9 if you're interested. Not that I'm a good speaker. I'm really not, but I've always got something to say about weather. And then after that, we'll have a book signing from 10 to 1, and this is at UAH. And again, I've got the schedule of the events and everything posted up on my Facebook page. So I hope to see you in Huntsville Saturday. Then Saturday night, I'll be with Mitch Moreland, my buddy that's a former Red Sox great, Texas Ranger, at the American Baseball Foundation, their annual banquet. That's a great organization. They do so much working with kids in Birmingham in this state, and that'll be Saturday night. And then don't forget, next week we've got the big symposium at Ohio State University, Columbus, Ohio, and that is Friday the 10th of February. So just one of the things coming up next week. But anyway, enough of that. If you're new here, welcome. We do these, we simulcast these live on Facebook and YouTube every morning about 5:15, every afternoon about 2:30, weekends as needed. Again, notes on the blog, alabamawx.com. And of course, if you can, we invite you to join us this evening on ABC 3340 News at 4, 5, 6, and 10 o'clock. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. And